Kansas Governor Jeff Colyer hopes a second time is the charm. Colyer holding a kickoff event for his 2026 governor campaign today in Wichita. The Republican served as the 47th governor, taking over when former Governor Sam Brownback was appointed to a position in President Trump's first administration.
What my focus is on is we're going to make Kansas more affordable for all Kansans. We're going to lower the cost of government. We're going to make sure that the schools are focused on teaching the important things: reading, writing, math, coding, technology.
Colyer joins a crowded list of Republican candidates vying for that spot next year. That already includes Stacey Rogers, Charlotte O'Hara, Joy Eakins, Doug Billings, and Scott Schwab. No Democrats have officially declared a run yet.